Alright guys, so we're back today and we're filming a video at the lake. We got Aiden here. This is also for his channel, so I'm going to let him do his intro like I do.
Hello guys, welcome back to the channel.
Alright, so there we go. So today we're going to be talking about an NFL trade that has just went down. And as you hear, little Ashton, you guys know Ashton, he's riding his little scooter right now. And he don't want to film video with me and Aiden. But that's alright. So, like we said, we're sitting here at the lake and it is freezing. So we can't fish right now because the wind is blowing so bad. So, we're going to film a video about a football player. Ain't that right?
Yep.
Who we filming about?
Stefon Diggs.
Stefon Diggs. Where did he get traded?
Texans.
Texans, Houston Texans. I'm not sure what all he got traded for. I just know he got traded for the Texans, or to the Texans. As you guys hear Ashton in the background, I'm sure you can. I'm sorry about that. But, look at your sister. They can see your sister. She's playing with the curtains. But anyways, so as you guys know, he got traded to the Texans. I'm not sure what bag they got for him, but I'm sure that the Bills had to get something, maybe a first-round pick this year and next, or maybe just one pick this year. I'm not sure. But, so, let's talk about what that trade means for the NFL coming up. How do you think that trade is for the Bills?
Not good.
It's not, I mean, if you have a player who's not happy where he's at and demands a trade, I mean, you kind of have to trade him, you know what I'm saying? But, like, it's not good for their organization because he's their best wide receiver. They also lost Gabe Davis this year and stuff like that.
Wait,
So, yeah, and that's not good. I was just reading an article right before this about how players that they've lost, and then I seen that they lost Stefon Diggs, and that's how I knew. So, yeah, they're just not having the best offseason. But, like, some teams, you know, they have to drop players, get first-round picks. They're not contenders right now. So, you get picks, then you build up, you know what I'm saying? How would you grade this trade for the Texans?
Pretty good.
I mean, it is pretty good. You got him to put next to Tank Dell, Nico Collins, and then you have Stefon Diggs. Them three wide receivers might be the best wide receiver core in the NFL. C.J. Stroud. With him, a rising star, in my opinion. Next year, he might be top 5 quarterback in the NFL. He was great this year. Wonderful. He had a wonderful rookie season and stuff. So, yeah. So, how do you think this works out for the rest of the NFL?
I don't know.
For the Bills, it don't work out very well,
No.
does it? But any other team, I'm not saying that it works out well for them either, because you already have a great quarterback in C.J. Stroud. You had Nico Collins, and you had Tank Dell on that team, who's already great. You have a great tight end. I just went blank on his name. You have a really good defense with Will Anderson and the rest of it. And then you bring in Stefon Diggs, who doesn't have to perform well every night to be a key player on that team, because if he don't perform well, he can be a wide receiver too, still get paid good money for them, because they have 2 other wide receivers that are really good, you know what I'm saying? And they're young. Stefon Diggs is a right now help them, but he is also a veteran in the locker room to help build them up that has history playing really good football. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I think if I was the rest of the NFL, they were already scary this year. I would not want to have to deal, or they were already scary last year. This year, I would not want to have to deal with them. You know, like the Chiefs, I would be scared if I was them. I mean, they're losing players and stuff.
Travis Kelce's about to retire, right?
No, not soon, but he's getting older. He's not retiring in the next 2 years, but he's 35 right now. He's not retiring soon, but he will retire sometime in the next 5 years. And I don't think the Chiefs can do it again. If the Chiefs do it again, you guys keep my word, I'll pay Aiden $10. Okay? Shake on it in this video. And then if you ever tell me that, you pull up this video and show me the exact same clip. Okay? I promise I will not edit it out. But, is there anybody else in the NFL that you want to talk about that's like really good? The Eagles is somebody I want to talk about. You know how they got Saquon Barkley?
Yeah.
I mean, that you had already had a great running back in DeAndre Swift. Putting him in there with A.J. Brown, Devontae Smith. If they can play together this year and better than they did last year, just knock that away. Nobody cares about last year.
No.
It was bad locker room.
No.
And so we're just, Aiden, stomp that. Stomp it. Just stomp it. Aiden got scared because of a spider they seen earlier. It's just wipe it off. It's dead now. There's a spider on this thing that we're holding the phone up with. No, dude, what are you doing? It's got guts everywhere. Don't wipe it all over my pants. All right, it's gone now. We're good. But anyways, so you guys know that locker room stuff. And you already have a great quarterback in Jalen Hurts. You put him with Saquon Barkley. I mean, that team is scary. You got a really good defense. Of course, you had a few vets that retired this year, Jason Kelsey. And what was the other guy's name that retired? Oh my gosh, I can't remember. But you guys know what I'm saying. You know who it is.
No.
So let's also talk about the Baltimore Ravens. So we just talked about one of my scarier teams in the NFC. Now let's talk about the AFC again. There's 3 scary teams in the AFC now. Like last year, there was 2 in my opinion. The Chiefs and the Ravens. This year, the Ravens are scarier. The Chiefs are less scarier. And for my AFC championship pick, I have the Texans, not going to lie. Okay? They're young. You have a great young quarterback on a rookie scale contract. You have 3 good wide receivers, 2 young guys, 1 vet. You have a really good defense with Will Anderson, which is on a second-year player, rookie contract still. You're not paying nobody big money, but you're still getting great products out of your players. You know what I'm saying? Like, this year was great. Next year is going to be greater. But like we were about to talk about, the Baltimore Ravens, they just got Derrick Henry. So you have 2 running backs in the backfield already. Yeah, they got Derrick Henry. They took him from the Titans. Shut the door, Aiden. But anyways, they took him from the Titans in free agency. So you have Lamar Jackson and Derrick Henry to run your backfield. Lamar is basically a running back. He can throw the ball. If they re-sign Odell Beckham Jr., then they'll have him this year. But they still have a really good team all around, and I think they'll be good this year. But my AFC, this is way too early predictions for the NFL. This is not going to be that title. We're going to talk about the Stephon Diggs trade. But my way too early NFL predictions is the Ravens versus the Texans in the AFC Championship, and then the Eagles versus the 49ers in the NFC. I got the Texans beating the Ravens, and I got the Eagles beating the Niners. I don't think Niners are going to the Super Bowl back-to-back.
No. I don't know if actually the Chiefs.
I feel like the Chiefs have went down. I don't think they can do it again.
No.
They've lost some key wide receivers and players.
Because if somehow they win another one, I am literally instantly throwing away all
I think if they win this year, if something don't happen in free agency, if they win this year, something has to be rigged. You know what I'm saying? Like, I thought it was this year, but something definitely rigged if they win again this year. Ashton's yelling up here. But, so, Aiden, how do you feel about your Titans right now? I mean, you got Tony Pollard from the Cowboys. The Cowboys are wanting Ezekiel Elliott back. So, how do you feel about them since you have Tony Pollard? You have a great quarterback in Will Levis, good young quarterback on a rookie scale contract.
Okay.
Yep. But anyways, so you have good players. DeAndre Hopkins, if he can play good this year, he's a really great wide receiver. And yeah, so how are you feeling? Like on a scale of 1 to 10, how are you feeling about your team right now?
7.
And then we'll make a video after the draft saying how we feel now after the draft. You feel about a 7? Where do you think your team? What is going to be their record at the end of the season?
How many games are in the season?
18, 17, somewhere in there. I think 17, 18. Let's go 17. I think they'll be about 9-8. I think they'll be about 9-8.
Probably
mid team.
At least like 11.
9-8. I don't think they'll be 11. That's basically the Chiefs this year. My team, the Bengals, we have did nothing so far. Actually, we got rid of Joe Mixon. Not a good thing. Getting rid of Joe Mixon's not a good thing, but it happened. And on my scale, we did nothing, so I give us a 1. That's how I feel about our offseason, because we've got a pick out of Joe Mixon, but nothing else. You know what I'm saying? So is there anything you want to say before we wrap this video up?
Then we can talk about the Dolphins.
You want to talk about the Dolphins? I thought your favorite team was the Titans. I'm sorry. I told you to talk about the Titans when your favorite team's the Dolphins. You switch it every day, so.
What?
What?
That was a year
Okay,
ago
talk
when I
about the
switched.
Dolphins. Talk about the Dolphins.
That was a year ago.
Talk about the Dolphins. How do you feel about the Dolphins?
Pretty good.
They've really not did anything either. And they had kind of a failure season.
Yes. Bad.
I mean, it was good if you look at it from the beginning of the season. They were my pick to win it all. Or no, at the beginning of the season, before season started, I had the Jets pick to win it all. I just forgot about the Jets, but I really feel confident in the Jets. But I had the Dolphins up there too.
Dolphins can't do anything now.
They're stuck with Tua,
It's Tua and
Tyreek. It's the Tua, Tyreek, and Waddle show. So, but yeah, so Aiden feels confident about his Titans. I feel confident about my Bengals. I just feel like we haven't did anything in the offseason. But there you go, guys. So what do we want them to do?
Like and subscribe.
Like and subscribe. All right, see ya.